Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. I am, the other day, today's Friday, first of all, July 26th, and the other day I shared a pocket letter with a snippet band that came to me from Sandy Rector. She is my swap partner in the Art Bar group on Facebook for a Christmas in July pocket letter and artist trading card. So I'm going to show you mine, but you're probably not going to see this until next week sometime, like Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe, because I want to make sure she gets it first. But I wanted to document what I did just in case, you know, you never know if it gets lost in the mail or whatever. So I found this piece of fabric. This is what I'm going to wrap it in to send it. And then I think what I'll do is I'll use some of this stuff here that I've had in my stash like forever and just twist them together and tie it with that. Hopefully that'll work. So that's just the wrapping of it. So let me show you the pocket letter, and I hope she'll like this because, you know, I didn't do it like she did it, and I have some of the goodies in the pocket letter and some outside the pocket letter, and I'm not going to take everything out of the pockets, but I'll sort of show you what I did. So I'm gifting her one of my little paper clip dangles that I did with the Christmas tree and the toy nutcracker, and I can't find something I know I just bought recently, but I have these gold safety pins, so I'm using that, and I thought that went well. And I just put lace, it's a wide lace, and I just doubled it over and hot glued it down except where the holes are. I didn't put any glue there. And you're gonna have to forgive my nails because my son's in the shower and I can't get a shower till after he goes to work. And I mowed the lawn this morning and I took off my blue nail polish. So I'm a hot mess. But anyway, I'm waiting my turn. So the paper I used is a retired Stampin' Up paper. I think it's called Quilted Christmas. It's 6x6. And I had a whole pack of it and I thought, you know what, I need to use some of this paper. So that's what I used. It's double-sided, and you'll see, you can see on the back that some of them are showing with the other sides. So these are just four of the papers. This 1, 2, 3, 4 papers I used, and I doubled, like I used the same one a couple times. And then in the middle pocket, these I die cut out from the paper, and I just offset them green and red. And then I had these in my stash, and I put everything away already. I don't remember where I got these, but there were some regular burlap that looked like this, only that's the back of it. Oops, sorry for the glare there. And the red one, so there's some of those, and I just glued that onto this, and that's glued on top the pocket because the pocket actually is a shaker, and I don't want to shake it right now because there's too many, but there's like Merry Christmas and trees and snowflakes and rounds, and so, and I did use my fuse tool. It took a while to get it to fuse, and then I just, to cover the fuse seam, I put a row of this on the front and back in the same place. So I thought that blinged it up a little bit. So that pocket does not open, hopefully. Otherwise there will be a mess. Okay, so this one is just like the green snowflake. I had these little Merry Christmas, they hang like an ornament, I guess. And this is, I think, from the Dollar Tree. It's like a garland with red stars. And then this is a ribbon, which is gold stars, and I have some going back on the back and some on the front, and I just glued them down on the paper, so I thought that was cute. Then I do have a tag. Well, let me get to them in a minute. This is just green and white, red and white striped paper. These are some, the paper has like cut aparts. I'll show you the paper, hang on. It looks like this. So I just cut a couple trees out and layered them, and then, oops, my Santa hat fell down, so I guess we'll take this one out. My Santa hat's not supposed to be down on top of the reindeer. He's supposed to be up here. I'm going to have to put a little glue on him. That's supposed to be like that. So I am gifting her some of these burlap flowers, and some of these buffalo check and black table scatter, I guess they are. A tag, which was from a totally different collection, and 2 of the reindeer. So 1 brown and 1 of the natural. And this, I forget what collection that came out of. So what I was trying to do, let me just put a dab of glue on this right now, because that's going to bug me. That came off. And put that down where it belongs. As a little blingy thing. Well, that's not even staying together right, is it? There we go. We got it now. Alright, close my glue back up. Okay, so that is actually the second pocket. And the way I did the tags, I put them in next so that the color part shows to the front, and then I put the goodies in most of the pockets in between, although I think I'll put the I think I will put the burlap poinsettias in the very back, so it's not so stark white like that. And then on this one, and these tags, what I used is this is a piece of like sticker sheet backing, sort of the cardboard, and it had words on the other side, so I used the white part, and then I just used a piece of the paper and glued it down and put a piece of ribbon. I did not distress it or anything. I figured I'd leave that up to her to do. So there's the back of that paper, and that's just a scrap. So I put that in there a little longer than the actual pocket. And then here's some of the star and star ribbon and star glitter, and a bunch of little pieces of paper, and some of the Merry Christmas things again, another tree, some of the little scraps of paper from when I was cutting things out. So let me try and put them back in. Anyway, there's a bunch of them there. And don't worry, she's not getting all just scraps. You will see. I hope what I'm giving is okay and enough, but I don't know. This is a sprig punched out in shaded spruce, which I was going to use on here, but I didn't like it, so I used glitter paper that's retired now. And I did, oh, there's a red one of the Merry Christmas. And some more gold stars, and then this ribbon, which is all scrunched up now. And I'll just let that star stick out like a spray. And I did that same kind of thing over here on this one. This one has some other things in it. There's another one of the tree cutouts, a couple of them, I think, yeah. And then here's the paper I used on this one. And this I had to put a very vanilla cardstock on the back, but oops, one of my sticky notes came off, and someone had gifted this to me. It was a cutout from a box, but it says Merry Christmas, and it's a really pretty cup, so I thought I'd re-gift it because I haven't used it yet. This is a piece of I think it's like it was in a tag thing, but it's a heavier piece of card. And then the little trees, which are all different colors, on the other side. And I have to get this out because if I have these post-it notes I put on the back of the tag, and they're not sticking as well as they should, but I don't want to glue them. And then also I had this ephemera. It's a Christmas shopping list, and it has 20 items, and then this one says Christmas cards, so that's in here. So I thought that would work well. And let me put that back in, trying carefully to not knock off the, yeah, it's not going to work really. Okay, now we'll try it. The sticky notes. Okay, please go. No, it already came off. I might have to put a dab of glue just to tack that bottom one down. I hate to do that, but that's the only way those two are going to stay, I think. Oops, crooked. Crooked. There we go. Okay. See, we're fixing as we go. Alright, and the back of that paper is really cool. It has words on it in green. So that'll, I think, will go nice in a journal or something. So now let me try and get this back in. Easier said than done, guys. Easier said than done. And I know I'm showing everything, but hopefully you will not see this till she has. Alright, this is not working. I'm going to put the tag one in first. And then the front. And I just stuck my hand in glitter glue on my ATC. Oh my goodness. And then now my big one came off. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see if we can get these in here now. I don't know how she got so much stuff in her one. I don't think I'm going to take the other ones out. I'll just show you. This is a little candle from Stampin' Up. It's an embellishment, a trinket kind of thing, a gold candle, and I have a part of a white doily from Stampin' Up on here, and then this green felt ribbon, which I also had up here, and and then a piece of cherry cobbler twine that's retired that I just tied a bow like where the berries would be on the holly leaves, and a red sugar gem bling kind of thing, and I used them elsewhere as well. And then in the back of that one I have ribbons, twine, some more of the holly berries, some leaf ribbon, and some of this stuff that I had extra of, and some of the candles, in that one. And then this one here, which I'll show you in a minute, has a bunch of cut aparts from both this paper as well as another collection. And on the front I used some of that ephemera from a different collection and just glued them down. And then these are Dazzle stickers from hot off the press in silver snowflakes. And then down here, these are stickers, and I used all that I had except for two and gifted her the other two. These are sticker candy canes, and then these are more the sugar gem in red. And this was part of the same ephemera pack as this, and I glued it down. And then the back of that one has some little mini cupcake holders, some buttons that are shaped in Christmas shapes, like little candies and candy cane, a red and green ornament type thing, and here's the candy cane stickers. And I think there's also a Christmas tree that I cut out of a sticker pack backing that she can use for something. The next one has some of those buffalo things. It has a Merry and a Christmas that I had heat embossed and not used. It has a couple little bows like this bow, only in red and green, I believe, and some more different cupcake holders, the mini ones. They're the mini ones. And then this has some of this fabric back here that actually was part of a headband from the Dollar Tree, and I had just cut a piece of it to put on here behind my rosette, and then I put a sticker wreath on the top of that, and then I put gold Studio G glitter glue. around the edge of that one, top and bottom, as well as on the center of that. But I gave her a piece of this in the back as well. And then some other ephemera pieces. Some of the wreaths that I used, like 3 of them, sticker wreaths. And it has gold glitter glue on the outside, sorry. And there might be something else in there, I can't remember. Oops, what I just, oh, that was my dangle. So I think that's most everything that's in the pocket letter. So let me move that out of the way somewhere. And then I'm gifting her a bunch of stuff. Some bigger cupcake holders, and some of the mix that I use for the shaker, some snowman sticky pads. This is off a sheet of 12 by 12, the bells and the words and things that she can use in a journal or something. I don't know. I haven't ever made a true journal, so I don't know. And then also a couple of the doilies and a couple of the ephemera pieces that I couldn't fit in the pocket letter itself. So that's what's in this little bag. And oh wait. Then there's this envelope, and it contains, oops, and a little piece of ribbon like I used on the tags. This envelope I made out of the paper. It just has a piece of ribbon going across, and then I made 2 bows and glued them on. This has paper enough to make at least 1, probably 2 pocket letters if she wanted to, or use them on ATCs. Some things I already die cut, and then some that are ready to be, they're pretty easy to fussy cut. So some of the papers, and those are not pocket letter size. So that's what's in this little envelope. And then again, some of the papers, I wanted to leave them like this so that she could cut them if she wanted to and use the design on there. So if I cut them into the right size for a pocket letter, parts of the design would be gone. And then this was a piece of packaging off a sticker sheet. It had green, and then above here was the name of it. I think it was from Love Nicole, and I forget which stickers, maybe the candy canes or something. Anyway, this is all washi, and it was all from here to here was all one collection, and then these were separate, and I don't remember where they were all from, but these were pretty cool. They say postcard, and they've got the little house scene, and I think there's some that say, yeah, airmail. And there's a 5-cent stamp one on there, and then these are little trees. This has Santa and his sleigh, and then this says Season's Greetings, and just gold shiny green little abstract tree. I guess that's what that's supposed to be, and sort of a pinky red plaid, and 2 straws for Christmas. I didn't make a handheld rosette, but I was going to, and then I thought, I won't be able to mail it probably, it's getting so thick. And 2 doilies that are Christmassy. And then the last thing I have is my ATC. One sec. So let me put this all back in here. Oops. This is escaping, which I don't want it to do. And the bag says, have a Merry Christmas, ho ho ho. I don't have glass, well, I probably do have glassine bags, but I don't know where they are. And then my ATC is drying, so I can't lay it down, but this is what it is. I used one of the pigment sprinkle paper, watercolor papers I had done Tuesday night, I think, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, last week Tuesday night, not this past week. And anyway, then I took a stencil by Stampin' Up, I think I still have that else. Oh, here it is. And this stencil, I just wanted to use this part here, so that's what I tried to do. And you see this has a up and down thing. Well, it looked like a star to me, and then I just extended the star, but I put gold shimmer paint in there, and then I put the Studio G gold glitter glue on it. Around the edges I used a stamp set, which I'm gonna forget which one. Oh wait, here it is. Yeah, no, wasn't that one. Anyway, I used a stamp set. Here it is. The Winter Woods, I just used this little sprig and this pine cone and the little dirt looking stuff. So what I did, well, first I glued down these 3 triangles out of the paper to make trees. I put a little dab of shimmer paint on the top of them and just around everywhere on the paper after this dried. Now I will say this is white embossing paste by Stampin' Up, and the pigment sprinkles are watercolor, so guess what? It bled in, but it's okay. It's sort of a flower with a star in the middle. I think it looks okay. Then I went around the edges with that pine branch stamp here and down here and up here and on the top, and then in a couple places like here and a few down here I stamped the pine cones in Early Espresso. This was stamped in Shaded Spruce just to give it some border design. And then I did go around, oh, and then I stamped Merry Christmas. That was from this, the Merry and the Christmas. I stamped them in Cherry Cobbler, and I did it on Very Vanilla, I think. And then I spritzed them with Frost White Shimmer Spray. The ink started to bleed a little bit, but it's okay. And then I sort of took my sponge that had crumb cake on it and just dabbed them so they looked a little older kind of thing. And then I just glued them down on top. So I'm hoping this doesn't get wet because it will bleed. It's not sealed with anything. And then on the back, I again used the Christmas, but I just wrote in July 2019. Here's another washi out of that one set. It says airmail across it. 3 different things. And I put ATC swap. This is a Stampin' Up stamp that I use on the back of my cards and things. Made with love by Deb Houck, and that's it. So I just have to wait. The glue on the front is dry, but I just put some around on the back, and I just have to wait for that to dry, and then that will be going in this little handmade envelope, and I might put a little label on here with Sandy's name. And I think that'll do it, and I'll be able to get this out in the mail, and I hope that she likes what I did. It's very different than hers, for sure, but that's what makes it fun, right? We're all unique. So yeah, I do hope that she enjoys it. I hope you liked it too. And so if you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up and leaving a nice comment. That means the world to me, and it helps my channel, of course. So yeah, I hate asking, but people forget sometimes, or they just rush and go. So I think it came out pretty cool. I hope you like it as well. And the tags, I guess she can use in a journal or something, or as tags for Christmas. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Hugs, love, and peace.